Already burning out over here. 3 sets, as many reps as possible. I would always advise you to do less, but harder with more intensity. So I'm gonna be honest, I can never take myself seriously doing this. The first exercise that we're gonna do is hip thrust, which I'm excited for. All right, it's tea time, So here's my review. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hello, my name's Olivia. I post wellness and lifestyle content here on my channel, and today we're doing another trying influencers workouts for a week. Except this time it is TikTok edition, so I basically am choosing big TikTok creators, but I'm still going to their Instagram to get their workout just because it's easier. And essentially I'm sticking with my same split, so I'm doing my same normal workouts that I would throughout the week, but I'm choosing a workout from each of these different creators to try instead of doing my own workout. So basically at the end of each workout, I'm going to be giving a review and a rating, saying what I would do differently for each workout, etc. I am a certified personal trainer and I have been lifting for about 6 years now, so I do have my fair share of knowledge and experience, but I do just want to disclaim before we get further into the video that I am by no means trying to tear down these women or these other creators. I am simply just trying to hopefully help educate people with this video, and it's just kind of a fun thing because I am so used to putting my own workouts out on the internet, so it's kind of fun to have to try other people's, and I'm again hoping I can just help you guys choose effective, efficient workouts and give you guys tips of how you can tweak these workouts to make them even better in a way that I would do them. I will also have all of these creators' handles down below in the description box so you can support them and follow them if you would like. Okay, let's get into it. So first we're starting off with Nona Bayet, I think is how you say her name. And first we're starting off with leg extensions for 4 sets, and she's increasing weight as we decrease reps. So we're starting at 15 reps and then we're working our way towards 6 reps. And also guys, we totally have a dilemma. I accidentally forgot the thing that connects my camera to the tripod. So this camera is currently just balancing on the top of the tripod. So bear with me if angles are kind of weird because I can't like angle the camera up because it just needs to be on a flat surface or else it's gonna fall off because it's not attached. So we're gonna do what we can. We're gonna make the best of it. This machine is so important to make sure that you adjust the seat or else it's just so uncomfortable. So I have the seat so that the seat ends like at the crease of my knee, and then you want this to come all the way in so you have that full range of motion. Whoa, is this broken? That was weird. 11. 12. Already burning out over here. Oops, it was supposed to be 15, 10, 8, 6. Why did I think 12 was in there? 6. Not bad at 130 pounds. I feel like that's the heaviest I've ever done leg extensions, so, because I never start with them. Okay, same thing over here. 4 sets, 15, 10, 8, 6. Let's 9. Oh, 10. Yikes. Okay, next we're moving into a heel elevated goblet squat for 4 sets of 15. 15. But now we're gonna move into Bulgarian split squats, 4 sets of 8, so keep me in your prayers. 6. 7. 8. I don't know what happened as soon as I came to do Bulgarians. Everyone and their brother wanted a bench, you know? Alrighty, moving right along. Then she went into hip thrust, but my hip thrust station is taken at the moment, so we're gonna skip to the RDLs, and I'm gonna use a barbell. I don't know what happened, guys. All of a sudden the gym got packed. It's beyond me. So we're just gonna use a barbell for 4 sets of 8. Okay, so for our last like official compound move of the workout, she has us doing hip thrusts and starting again kind of with that pyramid set where we're going from 15 reps to 6 reps, increasing weight as we're decreasing reps. She was using a dumbbell, but I'm gonna go ahead and just do normal hip thrusts on the Smith machine just to load a little bit more weight. We're about to wrap up this workout with our final exercise, and she did static lunges for 4 sets of 12, just for one last little burnout. So she just stayed static with no weight and just stuck right here for sets of 12 on each leg. 10, 11, 12. Alright peeps, here's the consensus, my rating, review, my 2 cents, basically just what I personally would do differently. Again, before we get further into the video, this is no hate to any of these creators or these lovely women. I simply just want to explain what I would do differently to help guide you guys if you're interested in my 2 cents, you know? So first and foremost, again, if you guys are a regular on my channel, you already know what I'm going to say. She started off with mainly isolation work / movements that yield the lowest amount of weight. Like honestly, it just is funny to me because I feel like I literally would have done this workout the exact opposite, pretty much. Like she started off with exercises that are way more isolated movements and movements that yield less weight. They're not like a safe exercise to load a bunch of weight. Like you're not trying to max out and hit a PR on leg extensions. So they're not really ideal movements for progressive overload. And if you're looking to progressive overload, you obviously want to start with those movements that are optimal movements for progressively overloading, if that makes sense. So those leg extensions and the hamstring curl, that's something that you would want to put in at the end of your workout since they yield a lower amount of weight. So they're better to get in more volume and simply purely just reps for a pump and for that kind of metabolic burn to help contribute to hypertrophy and muscle growth. But I personally would never ever start with exercises like that. And then she went into heel elevated goblet squats, which again, that's a more of a compound movement, meaning she is using more than one muscle group there. There's more than one muscle involved, more than one joint involved. But due to the position of it, again, that's a good exercise to put in the middle of the workout, I would say. But it's not another big movement that can yield a lot of weight to help you progressively overload. Then from there, she went to Bulgarian split squats, which again, that is a unilateral movement, meaning you're doing one leg at a time. So clearly you can't push as much weight when you're doing one leg at a time rather than 2 legs. So for me, I personally always do unilateral compound movements after my bilateral compound movements, which an example of that would be the hip thrusts and the RDLs. So that's what I mean when I pretty much do this workout completely the exact opposite way. So I would have started with those really big compound movements of the hip thrust and the RDL, those big bilateral compound movements. Then I probably would have gone into the Bulgarian split squats just because I can load more weight on that personally. Then I would have gone into the heel elevated goblet squats. Then I would have done the leg extension hamstring curls. Then I would have finished with those static lunges. And then as for the static lunges, I didn't really love those. I personally want to add those in. That's something that is kind of classified as junk volume, where they're not really doing anything of too much, you know. They're not really super effective. They're just kind of junk volume. Like there's not really a big purpose for them. So that's just my opinion on that. Again, we did do also a lot of exercises here for 4 sets. So I also think this was just a lot going on. We had a lot of exercises. 7 exercises for a leg day is already a lot to begin with. And then to do 4 sets for each exercise, in my experience, in my knowledge, it's just too much, and you don't need to be doing that much on leg day, especially for doing enough weight. Now, she did do a couple of exercises here without any weight, but for me, if her goal and if your goal is conventional muscle building, muscle growth, building strength, I would always advise you to do less, but harder with more intensity. So I guarantee if she increased the intensity and went harder for each of these exercises, she would not be able to complete 7 exercises for 4 sets to the best of her ability with giving it her all. So for me, I probably would have gotten rid of either the heel elevated goblet squat or the Bulgarian split squat, and then I also would have tossed the static lunges, or I would decrease these more isolated movements down to 3 sets. So maybe do 4 sets for the RDLs, 4 sets for the hip thrust, 4 sets for the split squats, maybe 4 sets for the goblet squats, but then the leg extension, leg curl, and static lunges only would have done 3 sets. So overall, those are the changes that I would make, and I'm going to rate this workout 5 out of 10. I know that may seem harsh, but I just personally wouldn't give this to someone, again, in regards to the way I train and my knowledge and my experience. Okay, so for upper body, we're going to do a workout by Annalise Cruz, another icon, and she started off with pull-ups and then chin-ups. So she did 3 sets of 10 for each exercise, which is kind of a lot, especially for me. So I'm going to do them assisted on the normal like pull-up machine. Okay, so pull-ups and chin-ups are done, which I'm sorry for the lighting over there. When I'm filming at sunset, the lighting is so harsh in here because there's just windows everywhere. But I just am literally flabbergasted that she's able to do sets of just like 20 of pull-ups and chin-ups, just like then times that by 3. Blows my mind. Go her, she's a beast. Then she went into a superset actually. So it was a standing military press and then a dumbbell lateral raise. But I'm skipping that for now until a station opens up. So I'm going to do an incline chest press, 4 sets of 10. First, and then I'll go into that superset, which this incline chest press and then having to do standing military press, my arm's gonna fall off. Okay, now we're gonna go into that superset, standing military press for 10, and then into lateral raises for 10, 4 sets. My shoulders are truly gonna fall off. I don't do a lot of like pressing work, and I'm about to be on my deathbed. And then she went into a push-up with a hand raise, 3 sets, as many reps as possible. Everyone kiss my upper limbs goodbye. 6, 7, 8. So it looks like we're finally moving into some back movements, back and bicep work. So we're gonna do some bent over dumbbell, just normal rows. We're gonna do 3 sets of 15, so a little bit higher reps here, so meaning I'm using a little bit lower weight. 13, 14, 15. Dude, now I get how she's so freaking strong. She crushes. Okay, now we're moving into a single arm dumbbell row. 3 sets of 10 on each side. Alright, so finally she finished off with seated alternating bicep curls, but a drop set. So we're doing 3 sets, and then we're doing 10 reps, and then dropping down 10 pounds, and then performing 15 reps. I'm assuming this is both sides, but if it's alternating, that means 30 total reps. I feel this is gonna take a hot segundo. I think I'm gonna do them together, not alternating, TBH, because that's just gonna take so long. 2, 1. Holy smackerel. All right, it's tea time. So here's my review. First and foremost, I just can totally, it makes sense why she's so strong. Like, after going through this workout, I just have so much respect for her. Like, I'm like, damn, she's a freaking beast. First and foremost, I love that she started off with pull-ups and chin-ups. That's a really nice, big movement. Totally agree with starting with that. I personally think, like, basically you're doing 20 reps per set in that, which I think is a bit much. Like, maybe I would have done 5 and 5, but she's just also strong, so that's probably what's kind of easy for her, so that's kind of relative. I think for me, the biggest piece of feedback that I have is that I would have kind of interspersed / alternated between the pushing movements and the pulling movements. Like, it very much so was, you know, we started off with pulling movements, but then we went really into like chest, triceps, and shoulders, and then we finished off with back and bicep work, which isn't an incorrect way to do things. For me, I just feel like I was burning out my shoulders and my triceps and things like that, where I feel like I personally prefer to alternate between them, so I'm not completely burning out and I can then give it my all again. Like, those muscles can rest while the opposing muscle groups are working, so that when I hit them again, they're a little bit more well rested, so I can really get the most out of those sets. So that's like my biggest piece of feedback. Like, I would have preferred to seen like maybe that initial superset and then gone into dumbbell bent over row, then the chest press, then the 1-arm dumbbell row, then the push-ups with the hand raise, and then finish with bicep curls. Like, that's kind of more so how I would structure this. I also thought the drop set was like a little bit long because we are doing 9 exercises here, which is quite a bit for upper body day. I usually am sticking with like 7 to 8. So I feel like maybe just 2 sets of that drop set would have been fine, or maybe done 10 reps and 10 reps rather than 10 and 15 reps. Kind of all small tweaks, but those are the 2 biggest things. I would have more so alternated between the pushing and pulling movements, and I probably would have trimmed down that final drop set. But all in all, this was a great workout. I think she chose some really amazing staple movements. I think if you want to get strong and really build your upper body, this is a great workout for you. I personally hate the feeling of an upper body pump for some reason, and I got an upper body pump, so I didn't love that. But for real, this is a really great workout. Since I only had those 2 small tweaks, I'm going to give this workout like a 9.2 out of 10. Definitely a super solid workout. So my third day in my training cycle is usually my like steady state cardio day. I'll do 12-3-30 has been my jam lately, which is essentially where you're just walking at an incline of 12 at a speed of 3 for 30 minutes. So I wanted to find another like steady state cardio workout for today, and I literally came across the most perfect one by Stefana Avara is her name, which is such a pretty name. And I've seen her famous treadmill workouts before, and I've never tried them, and now I was like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect time to do so. And she literally posted one that was saying how she likes 12-3-30 and then gets bored, so this is what she does as a switch up, and I was like, this is literally perfect, let me try it. So we're gonna start off with 4 minutes of walking at an incline of 0 and a speed of 3, and then it goes, whoa, water bottles on the loose. Then it goes into 2 minutes of, again, incline of 0, speed of 5 now. It's like a fast walk, which I feel like I'm going to feel a little bit odd doing that, but we'll see. And then 4 minutes of an incline of 10, speed of 3. And then final 2 minutes at an incline of 0 at a jogging speed. And then we're supposed to repeat that 3 times. So it's going to be about like 35-ish minutes, 36 minutes, which is like literally perfect. It's also warm enough for me to finally wear my little EHPLABS running fit of the loose running shorts and this long sleeve, and I'm vibing. Okay, here we go. Speed walking mom era. Yo, I don't think I can walk at 5. Okay, I'm doing 4.8. I feel like I'm gonna fall over if I do 5. Gotta pump those arms, ladies. I'm gonna be honest, I can never take myself seriously doing this. I'm feeling like shin activation from this. Maybe I'm just a slow walker. I truly feel like I would trip if I was doing a speed of 5 right now. 20 more seconds. Why is this more brutal than a sprint? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, goodbye. Okay, now a speed of 3, incline of 10. Y'all, throwback, Poker Face by Lady Gaga. How can you not strut to this? Okay, next we're doing 2 minutes, 0 incline, so let's tame this bad boy, and then a jogging speed. She's a runner, she's a track star. I feel like I'm channeling my high school lacrosse days. I have heartburn. All right, and scene. Now we're back to the beginning. Okay, people, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm sweaty, I'm moist. That's a slick surface right there. Like, can't tell because I'm wearing black. Can you? I don't know. TMI anyways. Basically, that was so fun. Also want to quickly like re-explain the reason why I chose this one. Like, yes, we're still doing intervals, but nothing's like super high intensity. Like, we're not sprinting or anything like that. So that's why I still felt like it was a good substitute for like steady state cardio. I really liked that. I felt like that was the perfect just level of difficulty for this type of day for me. Like, I'm not trying to have any hit workouts. I'm not trying to like go max, you know, as hard as I can. So I felt like this was the perfect level of difficulty. Like, I'm sweating, but it wasn't like over the top. I will say I feel usually more winded, like respiratory wise, when I'm just doing the 12-3-30 like incline steady walk. So I didn't really feel like my cardiovascular system was working as hard as it normally does, which is odd to say because we were doing intervals, but I did sweat just as much, and I definitely got my heart rate up, and I felt like it gave me like the boost of energy that I needed. It was like, again, perfect level of difficulty without me feeling dead. I will say I hated the speed walk. Like, that literally was the worst part for me. Like, I would totally have added in, I would have just done jogging at that point, and then gone into an incline walk and then like finish off with jogging again. I don't know why it was just giving me cramps. I felt like my shins weren't handling it. It just was super uncomfortable, and like maybe it's just because I never fast walk, but like that was really the thing that I didn't like. And then in terms of the 4 minutes of just normal walk, I probably would have bumped that up to like 3.2, but I get it if she's just trying to stick with even numbers. But I felt like a speed of 3 for 4 minutes was like a little too easy, especially since we're only doing this 3 times. But other than that, I really love this. I feel like it made the time go by so fast, like having to watch the time and like change the intervals and everything all the time. So I feel like it made the workout go by so much quicker. So overall, I liked this and I think this is solid, especially for more of like a steady state cardio option that's not super boring of just like sitting on the stairs for 30 minutes or doing an incline walk for 30 minutes. I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. It wasn't like the best workout I've ever done in my entire life, but super solid. I would tweak a few things, but definitely a really good option. What's up, you guys? Welcome to Thursday. We're hitting legs again, and today I'm going to do none other than Tori. I was really debating doing Elena. We're gonna do her tomorrow, spoiler alert, but I thought Tori would also be perfect to hit legs with. And I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling like ready to do more of like a strength-based workout, I guess we should say. I'm feeling in the zone, and I think it's because I took some OxyShred today and some collagen. I love taking this from EHPLABS because it just helps me stay more focused. It gives me like a boost of focus and performance in the gym, and I just feel more hyped when I take this. And I'm telling you, I'm like ready to move mountains right now, so I'm ready to just push some heavy weight. The first exercise that we're gonna do is hip thrust, which I'm excited for. It's like exactly what I'm in the mood for. So we're just doing 4 sets of 8, so pretty heavy. I have 3 plates already loaded. I did some warm-up sets, and we're just gonna hammer this. That was a good set. Snuck in 2 extra reps. The pause makes such a difference with actually getting a good thorough contraction. Like compared to my first set to that set, like I feel it so much more in my glutes. Is this criminal? I feel like I may add more weight. I just feel like I could do it. Okay, so this is 335 right now. Yep. 6. 7. Yep. Damn, we're doing it today, dogs. Alrighty, hip thrusts are done, and you guys, I was feeling beastly. I'm telling ya, it's the OxyShred. It gets me literally just awakens me from the dead. I was doing 335 and I still was able to get sets of 10 for those last 2 sets, which is insane. And I was like trying to find a weight that I'd be able to only do 8 reps, and like 10 still felt so good, super solid, clean reps. So I don't know if I'm just feeling strong or if it's OxyShred or what, but anyways, I'm feeling so good with that. Now we're moving into some sumo squats. She did 4 sets of 12. I would have thought to do a dumbbell, but she's using the landmine bar, which I'm all for a different switch up. That felt so freaking good. I'm feeling so freaking good. Perfect weight there, stuck with 4 sets of 12. I had such good like mind to muscle connection. My glutes were firing so hard. I honestly really like that as an option rather than a dumbbell, because sometimes I feel like it's hard with a dumbbell because it doesn't like fit really in between your legs. So I did really like that landmine variation. Next, she went into a normal hyperextension for 3 sets of 10 with the machine that I do not have. So in order to make sure that I can actually weight the exercise, I'm going to do a reverse hyperextension on this little machine behind me. And since it's a low rep of sets of 10, I think I'm going to try to get like a heavier dumbbell or a preloaded barbell. Okay, so we meet again for the 2nd time this week at the seated leg curl. But anyways, we're going to do 3 sets of 10 here. All right, peeps, so the workout is finished. Here's my rating and review and consensus. First of all, we all know I loved the 4 sets of 8 on pause hip thrusts. Like, who doesn't? Pause hip thrusts, they're great. Really making sure that we get good thorough contractions, making sure our form is there, that we're not just trying to thrust a bunch of weight with really bad form. So I loved that. Loved the rep range, really forced you to choose like a really challenging weight to really push yourself for hypertrophy and strength. Then I really loved also the sumo squats, especially on the landmine bar. I like preferred that over a dumbbell, like I said. I also realized like halfway through when I was looking at this whole workout that it really is like this was designed for a glute and hamstrings workout, which she wrote in her caption, which I totally missed before this. So I need to keep that in mind when I'm doing this review, because she wasn't intending to hit quads, which I overlooked that, so I'm sorry. So I guess this is for a specific glute and hamstring day. So then after that, we did those glute hyper extensions. I did reverse hypers. I liked that. I personally feel like even though I was doing more weight, I just feel like I can't do as much weight as like, my glutes are just stronger than that, so I feel like I still would have done like sets of 12 or 15 still, just because I felt like I could do more, but like the heavier weight was kind of then putting straight on my back. I just feel like I personally would have opted for higher reps there instead. And then I loved finishing off with the leg curl. I'm just a huge fan of only 4 exercise leg days. I just think it's so quick, so easy. It makes the workout feel like it's really short and going by really fast. If you wanted to, you could have done 4 sets for those last 2 exercises instead of 3. I personally like to do that, 4 exercises for 4 sets. But overall, especially with her intention to only do glutes and hamstrings, this was totally a glute and hamstring focused leg day. I felt it heavy in those areas. So overall, I'm gonna give this workout an 8.5 out of 10. Again, I have a few tweaks. You guys also know I love to see some lateral work where you're doing like abduction work. Essentially, we were hitting the glute medius and minimus, some smaller glute muscles up around your hips. I always like to see that in leg days, even though it doesn't have to be every single solitary leg day, so I get it. But overall, that's why I would give this workout 8.5 out of 10. Super solid, no BS. Definitely is a really effective workout. All right, beautiful humans, welcome to Friday. We're tight on time today, which is good because this should be a shorter workout. But today we're gonna do Elena Stavinoha, I think is how you say her last name. Beautiful. I was really torn as to whether or not I should do her for yesterday's leg day or not, but then I was like, she really has good like cardio full body workouts that I feel like really complement or replicate kind of what I do on my normal functional full body day, so I felt like it was a good kind of comparison. First, she started off with a 5-minute walk, just a speed of 2 to 3, and then she went into running a mile at a speed of like 6 to 8, and then we're getting into some sprints. Then after that, there's like a little circuit with 4 exercises for 4 sets. I haven't ran a consecutive mile since like last summer, so. Okay, so mile is done. I ran that at like 7.3. Actually felt very good. And now she went into sprints, like I said, 5 sets of them, 20 seconds on, 40 seconds rest. Speed 11 to 13. Okay, so like I said, then she went into a circuit. So we're doing 4 different exercises for 10 reps a piece, and we're gonna complete the circuit 4 total times. So she started off with 10 ball squats and then a 10-second hold. 10, 9, 8, 7. Then she went into gorilla rows. Again, 10 reps. I'm assuming that's total, so 5 on each side. I've honestly never done these, but I like them. Then from there, she went to 10 TRX pike. Doug. All right, so 10 pikes. Which I do these on a yoga ball, but I feel like this is gonna be so hard. The hardest part of that, honestly, was getting your feet in those things. And then she finished with 10 ball slams, which I always feel so obnoxious when I do these in the gym because they're so loud. But gotta do what you gotta do. All right, y'all, that is our 5th workout for this week. I'm feeling good. Honestly, can we just give it, this video is dedicated to the follicular phase, okay? Because that's where I'm at in my cycle. I felt so good this week, felt very strong, super energized. It just was great. So for my review for the workout, first of all, totally was chilling with the walk. Glad we had a little warm up. Also didn't mind the jog for the mile, you know, haven't done that in a grip. That was pretty nice. And then I liked the sprints, especially only doing 5 sets of those, because after that, after the sprints, I was like, damn, like I could keep going. Like I feel like I could easily do 5 more sets, especially since they're only 20-second bursts rather than like 30 or 40 seconds. But then when I did the circuit afterwards, I was like, okay, it kind of makes sense why she only did 5, but still even now I feel like I have a little bit more in me. So I feel like I could have maybe done like 2 more sprints or something, or just done 5 30-second sprints instead of 5 20-second sprints. And then in terms of the circuit, I really liked it. I felt like it was the perfect intensity having done sprints previously. I liked the exercise selection. For me and just my equipment at the gym, that first squat holding a ball, I probably would have just used a sandbag just because they're a little bit heavier than the balls that we have in our gym. I also probably maybe would have done the ball slams before the TRX pikes and like finished with those instead. Not a huge deal. I just always prefer to finish with ab movements because it just feels much more kind of concentrated, and like that ball slam was a big more power movement. So I just feel like I would have preferred to end with the TRX pikes. But again, all small things. Overall, I really liked it, and if anything, I feel like I could have kept going doing that workout. So I'm gonna give that workout 9.5 out of 10. Highest ranking of the whole week, I guess. Yeah, but I really liked it, and I think that was a really effective workout. So that's it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more similar videos to these, don't forget to comment down below. Like this video if you want, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.